The rest story, water lily flowers, the macaws. Washington, 1996, summer, just before the Olympics. So the Olympics were about to start. In fact, I think Washington was just 5 or 7 days before. I would get a little before the opening because I needed to attain some training of a day or so, but not much more. And so from Washington, it would take just terminal 1 hour a day. In fact, not 24 hours, but how much was that? 10 hours from Washington to Atlanta on a bus. I picked the bus, the Greyhound, not as much for the money, the cost of the ticket, uh, because one could obtain airline tickets uh, with a low price, and that was my interest because even if I mentioned before, even if I had an allowance, I mean, they didn't ask me to fly on a $10 ticket or else walk or go the train and spend hours on the journey. No, they wouldn't let me in AT&T, but having established a quota for travel fare, it would be my advantage to, as I said, to increase the lousy payment they offered as a monthly salary, $250. Uh, I made every effort to bring that to $2,000, which was more in line with what I made from the other side of my job, travel and tours. But in order to do that, I couldn't spend more on travel than I was allowed to. So, getting back, yes, Greyhound, um, Washington. I stay in a place where I pay $10. I visited free. That's great that they offer those tours for free of the White House and whatever else I could see in Washington. I took and paid for um, out of my pocket. This was a holiday in a way before arriving in Atlanta. The way there was AT&T allowance, a limit, as I said, fixed. You have to get to Atlanta on, I don't know, let's say 1,500. I can't remember dollars, a plane ticket. Um, Segments, whatever, it wasn't irrelevant for them. Um, and well, I took a tour, as I said, Washington. Good, very good, very nice. I tried to get in, not into the White House on the other side, no, no. To try to talk to Pop, Nick Pop, or in one of my previous notes, I mentioned that I had met Secret Service guy who shocked me when he came and said, "Oh, hello, you're the man who's organizing all." Yeah, yeah, it's my father. I'm Pop, I'm a Secret Service agent. And I was, if it's secret, why are you telling me this? I didn't say that, but I was, and well, after a while, I did ask, but is it secret or isn't it? He said, "I know it's just a name, but we're protecting officials, and it's also with counterfeit money." Anyway, so being at the White House, I said, let's try and see if I can. They told me to go at the other gate. I asked. No, he was not there. He was in Milano. I don't know. Yeah, he was working on counterfeiting issues. So that was one thing. The other, which I remember for some reason, was the lousy taxi that I got from the Greyhound station to to this hostel, which in many ways was fine because I rather pay $5, I don't know, on a jalopy car than $50 on a fancy car. It's not. But I was a bit shocked at the time. I was thinking, I don't know if this would be allowed to operate back home. um, and if I see such a driver back home. But anyway, probably I now get more of the jokes they keep making on taxi drivers that are coming from, I don't know, southern part of Asia, whatever, and the BO, famous or infamous in the Seinfeld series and many others that they don't understand and whatever. So Washington was left behind. Greyhound again. Only this time on this leg, uh, it was in Charlotte. Was it Charlotte? We had to change buses, and as they changed, I had two suitcases. I was going to stay in the US for more than a month and work there and so on. But plus, I had some things for my sister. She was in Planet D, last leg on the last leg of the trip, going back home in Chicago, from Atlanta to Chicago, and then I flew. Enough of. Plus this terrible accident. They stole one of my suitcases, and the good one. The good one. I was left with the one which had just, I don't know, for some reason I packed one heavy and one was useless things, light. So I ended up in Atlanta with no shoes really. I remember I bought some Nike trainers, $100. Seemed a lot to me then. And that was a serious blow. I was going to make money, and I was already in a serious loss.